Hey everyone, in today's video we're going to be reacting to Rosé's new album. I'm curious to see if there are any things that connect to personality type in the album.
Give it up if you told me that I'd be the number one.
Oh no, that's not good, girl. You gotta no, don't do that.
I feel like I remember feeling like that
I
in
was like
high
15.
school.
I was like, okay, look,
Oh.
happy. No, not happy.
Didn't see that. 'Cause is it really that bad?
Oh gosh, that was more sad than the other one, I think.
Yeah, but it was, you know, covered with a layer of like upbeat tempo, so you could kind of be like, yeah.
With all EP types, being open is a really cool thing. But sometimes being super open can also
Yeah.
have its downsides.
I know a lot of NFPs that overstay like an expiration date in a relationship, and you'll ask them why, and it's like, well, I always think the best of someone and I always want to leave them in a better place. And it's really like this extroverted intuition thing that's always just like, let's just keep being open to the possibility.
The blind spot is this constant ability to recontextualize or see the best in something, so that there could be someone that walks to you with red flags, that shows the red flags over and over and over and over and over again, where you're like, oh, well, they were just having a hard day. Oh, well, they're not usually like that. Oh, it's just because of their family. Oh, but you don't really know the real them. Literally endless excuses, romanticizing it.
It is a very NFP thing to almost fall in love and just have these like unlimited amounts of love to a point where it's unbalanced and there's more love to the other side than yourself. With ENFPs, it's a little bit like, do you really love the person, or you're just loving this possibility of them?
If I'm ever catching myself telling myself, it would just be perfect, except if this one thing was different about them. Like, if they just found some better friends, they would be great. Or if they just went to therapy, they would be great. They just need to work on this thing and it would be perfect. That's when I'm like, red flag, abort, abort, abort. Because that's when you're now being really attracted or connected with the idea of them or what they could be versus like what they actually are in reality. Well, have they ever actually thought about going to therapy? Have they actually thought about finding better friends? No, there's actually no examples of that. So like trying to be a little bit more realistic about some things.
It's been 2 years
Oh,
and
we
it's
got
still
data.
not gone. Doesn't
2 years.
make sense that I can't move on.
You even had a funeral for you in my head.
This is like an SI Inferior song.
Doesn't make sense that I can't move
Yeah, you need to integrate that SI, girl.
NE is very dramatic sometimes.
Yeah, but
with
without
like
any context, we don't
what
know why.
what the
happened?
meaning is and just holding on to some things. There was this one person I knew who was like, there's so many things that just line up with her. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, what's an example? And he's like in middle school, we both, it turned out, had the same iPhone case
Oh.
for our, and I was like, dude, no, you cannot decide who's a good
That's-
fit for you based on, no.
That's special.
No, you can't do that, no. Red flag. Yeah, anyways, it can really over romanticize certain things.
It's an SI song. It's a reminder sometimes of how important it is to really process what happened to you, why those things happen, and just play it over and over in your head until you get what happened and you accept it. And sometimes that takes a long time. Get that stuff processed, man. Otherwise, you're gonna be like Rosie and not getting over something for 2 years. Because she is right that what happens is if you don't process something, it just comes back to you. There's just those random days. And if you talk to introverts and something, there's just random days when you're alone and you're not even thinking about it and it just comes.
I think with NE, it just always can go, well, what if it was something different? Or what if I had said something different? Or what if I had done something different? It's all this hypothetical land. Introverted sensing is really helpful for going, no, the relationship is not a thing anymore. Why? What were the things that actually led up to that? There were some fundamental things that didn't work. Or I really tried all these different things and they actually didn't work. I need to remember that I actually did try some things and actually did do some things. And then also sometimes it can be another angle is I am so scared of doing the same thing again. I'm so scared of doing the same thing again. Introverted sensing can help you go, you don't need to be so scared of making the same mistake because you are a different person now than you were back then when you made that mistake. And so you've learned new things. You know not to make that same mistake again. So you don't need to be constantly like, oh, I'm always this person that's always. You don't need to do that if you actually process what have you learned, what led to that experience.
Ooh.
Call us what we are, toxic from the start.
Whoa.
Wasting my prettiest years.
Oh, she mad now. I like Angry Rosie. Ooh, I like the sound.
Place. I've been thinking about you all day.
Ooh, nice
Wow.
change.
These have all been good songs. They're pretty well written songs.
They're all really cohesive too, yeah.
At a bad party, we don't have to talk. I know that you want me. Red hearts, that's what I'm on.
It actually fits.
It goes to this
I
next
think there's
song.
an arc.
Yeah, they normally try to do that with albums, right? Whoa.
These days I don't wanna play, boy.
Do you think that's a process thought? It seems like she already at least.
A little more, yeah.
Yeah, it seems like she's a little more accepting of, well, it is what it is. Or is she angry? I don't know. What stage is she in this?
No, she figured out that that's not the game that she wants to play.
It sounds like a little.
Break.
It sounds like it's at some point where she's not at least living in possibility land anymore.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, you'll always be a Game Boy. So she's like tracking and seeing these truths for her. Many fans on social media have speculated that the ex she mentioned multiple times was Jaden Smith because he unfollowed her, deleted all his posts with Blackpink. Rosie and Jaden Smith were definitely dating.
And the guy in the music video, doesn't he have bleached hair? Like
Oh gosh.
this up.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Look. It looks like him. Oh. This is them at Coachella.
See, I was right.
Bruh. No. Okay. Rose, Blackpink, Jaden Smith, question mark. Look, he's like close to her. Okay, well, if it's Jaden Smith, you've got to really work on your criterias. I would totally not date him.
Okay.
Seriously, that kid struggle. Oh my god. Does he skateboard? He skateboards. OMG. By now it feels kind of fleshed out how much she got all these different relationships and they all tend to kind of make her feel left and unloved.
Yeah.
That seems to be the theme of the album.
That you fucked up and you know that I'm right.
I like that one.
Yeah, me too. I like it.
She's really talented with the writing. And...
The writing is really good.
Someone I'll just have to forget.
Wow.
Do I
Dang.
call you a lover? Do I call you a
Wow.
friend?
This is good.
Like, was that song like they were sort of dating, but it never seemed like
Sounds
it,
sort of
right?
like that. I've had a relationship like that. That was the worst.
Desert of ice, all our tears turn to dust.
Damn, this first verse. Wow, that's great. Those lyrics are amazing.
lot of.
Back for us.
Oh, that's a great song. Wow. Well, yeah, sometimes you just don't know how it's going to turn out. And I guess she's kind of talking about a relationship that was really good but just finished its time. And it's interesting even how she kind of goes through like a lot of questioning. Like, was it like all a trick? Did it really happen? Did we really like it as much as we thought, or were we just our minds playing with ourselves or something?
A lot of analogies to just explain that
Describe.
concept from so many different clever ways and creative
Literally,
ways.
like
So good.
every line. This part here with the bridge, if love burns through bright, it burns out in a minute. At least that's what I tell myself.
You can almost see the maturity as the album keeps going. Like things get more processed, and
Yeah.
that first song, it really felt very adolescent a little bit. And
Yeah.
then now it's like, this is getting
Yeah,
a
the
little
last
bit more deep.
4 or 3 songs have been really like the music, the melody.
In the desert of us, all our tears turn to dust. All those emotions. Just
Yes. Yeah, that's such a great way to like depict an image without any sort of
our tears
concrete
turn to
message.
dust. Now
Yeah.
the roses don't grow here.
I would dance all night. Not
This sounds Burno influenced
Yes,
a little.
yes, yes. That's the SI inferior magic, you know. I don't regret anything because I don't remember them and I don't want to overthink them. Yay, let's just dance. Oh, this is a really nice song. You know who she's singing to, right? Herself. I presume this is like a closing song about what she would do again differently. And she would say, I just dance all night instead of crying. And tomorrow I'll be there for you. We'll do it differently this time. It's almost a little bit like the... Retrospectively, I look back and I realize some of those things were a little bit silly. Now thinking about it, why did I obsess about those things? I don't even care about them anymore.
Self-love.
Yeah, self-love, or even like grow up a little bit from the stuff that I obsessed. Telling herself that she's gonna be okay, basically. And if that were to happen again, just dance and live your best life. That was nice. It was like watching a Rosie musical.
It's true. There was
No?
a real obvious arc there.
But it was great. I felt like she went through all these acts and scenes where she kept getting beaten up, and then she got mad, and then she got processed, and now she's like come out more grown up.
It was a really well done album.
Well done, Rosie.
All the songs were really solid and just really thoughtful and very well crafted, and a lot of creativity with the lyrics and meanings.
I love the storytelling throughout. Like, the storytelling isn't in each song, it's in the whole. I think it changes from Apata, and then from Apata, it's like the new era. You know, that's why I think it's a musical, because it literally changes the theme. From Apata, she's like just having fun, drinking and playing games, and then, yeah, she's arriving.
Well, thanks everyone for hanging out while we listen to the album. And also, we have a Q&A coming up this weekend if you guys want to join and have a private chat together with us and some other
ENFPs.
some other MBTI enthusiasts. Take care, everyone. Bye.